Karen came to the Lord first. She was led to the Lord walking. We moved up from Melbourne to Brisbane 30 years ago, and I went straight into work, so I had something to do. Karen was at home. No friends, no family, no support networks, miserable. Didn't hear her speak for 2 weeks. She was depressed. And a beautiful Christian lady next door knocked on the door and said, "Are you okay?" And she said, "No." So they went walking together every day. And this woman shared Christ with her. And as she shared Christ with her, she led her in a prayer of salvation, unbeknownst to me. I came home from work one day. Karen was up and down emotionally. And she's smiling for a whole week, just teeth walking around the house. To the point where at the end of that first week, quote unquote, I said, "Karen, what has got into you? Put your teeth away. For God's sake," I said, "put your teeth away. I'm sick of looking at them. What has got into you? Are you born again or something?" Word of knowledge, before I even knew what that was. And she said, Yes, that's what's happened. And the following Sunday, or actually before that, so that was on a midweek, and then she kept walking with this lady and this next door neighbour, and she said, "What do you need? What are you praying?" And she said, "Well, we're struggling with the rent. We were living in Barden. We were struggling with the rent financially." So she just said, "Pray. Just pray about that." So that was Friday. So Saturday morning we wake up and Karen says, "We've got to go to Sandgate." We just moved up from Melbourne. We didn't even know what Sandgate was. Is that even a place? Karen didn't even know what Sandgate was. And it was back in the days of Refinex, so we looked up and found a Sandgate. It actually exists, and it's just up here on the coast. So let's drive to Sandgate. So here's God speaking to us already, leading, guiding, holding our future. So we drove to Sandgate, and the first place we arrived at was on the corner of Rainbow Street, and it said a house to let, a beautiful old Queenslander, right price for us. We broke our lease and got another tenant where we were, and within a week we were in to this new place on Rainbow Street. And it was in that place where Karen, on the first Sunday after we arrived there at that place, Karen said, "I'm going to church. I'm going to take our 3-year-old son Jake to church." And I said, "You beauty," because I love golf. I thought, thank you, Jesus. But she'll be occupied every Sunday at church, and you know what I'll be doing. So I had before the car even left the driveway, I had the golf shoes on. I was ready to go. And I was heading towards the door, and the neighbour had given Karen this Bible, contemporary Bible, and it had a bit of commentary at the front of it, talk about Christianity and the state of the world and how to become a Christian. I've got my golf shoes on, Karen's car's driving out, and there's conviction. Karen's going to church with her son. I'm going to golf. What's that about? So I sat down, picked up the Bible, read this commentary, and it said, you can become a Christian. You just have to read this prayer. And I thought, before I read the prayer, I said, "God, I know you're real. I've seen what you've done to Karen. Hit me with the same juice." That was my first prayer. Just hit me with the same juice. And then I read this prayer of salvation, and I kid you not, I was lying there with my eyes in a Papasan chair, a big round Papasan chair. I was lying there, feeling like I was lying in this beautiful, cool Swiss stream with beautiful pure water, not only rushing over me, but rushing through me, like cleansed inside and out. And I'm lying there thinking, what is going on? And I just remember lying there saying over and over again with different inflection, saying, Jesus is real. Jesus is real. Jesus is real. This Jesus I heard about in Sunday school is real.